so sorry I'm late. I don't know why I thought that the broadcast was supposed to be at 9 o'clock. But here I am. I'm ready to go. Did not get yesterday's broadcast done. I need to quit scheduling for Wednesday because Wednesday is a bad day for me to even try doing it. But here we are. We are here for reveal number 367. 367. This is a 1949S plastic tube roll, and you might ask yourself, why does he have an image of a 1944 D over S up there on the screen? Well, just found this about 10-15 minutes ago, and it's like a big new find for me, so I had to show it off, right? Alright, let's get on with things. Is this okay? Are we on? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Is anybody here? Hello, JJ Addict. So you guys can all hear me, correct? Here is my 1949S roll. Yeah, get it all started. Here's Taco John. Hello, Taco John. Let's see, what do we have here? Ant2242 is going to pick up the first coin today. Ant2242, let's see what Ant2242 gets. Got all kinds of nice RPMs to find in 1949S. Ooh, that's a cute looking coin right there. And, wait a minute, let me change my live view so it's easier for us to see what's going on. I do believe I have ended up with an RPM here. You can see the large split on the lower serif. There is an RPM here for the first coin in the roll. The 44D over S, I just found that coin in a batch of stuff that came in a plastic sack from my primary dealer supplier. I have seen this damage on the end before, so I know this is one of our listed RPMs. I don't know which one it is, but I know I've seen that damage before. So this is for Ant2242. We're going to be doing this as the first coin in the roll. Nice RPM. Hello, P. Adams. Good day, Alvarado coins. I hope I didn't completely botch that name. Alvarado. Well, let's see. Got nothing here on the second coin that I can see yet. Let's see. 1949S is not one of the ones that we generally look for double die reverses to necessarily be on, but we will check the reverse on the first 10 of these coins just to be sure. I didn't check on that first coin, but I will look at it with the loop. And not only that, but for sure, Eric will be receiving this roll and he'll go through them again. So there's coin number 2. Now coin number 3. Hey, 3 years of high school Spanish class kind of helped me out with that a little bit, huh? Alvarado. The L. Is there something else I'm supposed to call you, like a first name? Or is El Alvarado the proper Alvarado, the proper name to call you by? Like being able to call everyone by what they wish to be called by when they're in the chat. Yeah, we got the nothing on the obverse on this one. The reverse looks nice, but it's not a double die. Alright, that's for Mike Birchman. Hello, Coin Dragon. Adam Chambers now. Adam Chambers gets the next coin in line. Let's see here. Not seeing anything on this one in specific, so just keep looking. Look around for hub doubling or double die, which is the same thing. Hub doubling and double dies are the exact same thing. Hub doubling is the cause of double dies, as speeding would be the cause of car wrecks. So, yeah, something like that. It's one begets the other. There's another one of our RPMs. It's the same RPM. It's got the same damage on the die around the N of in. Awesome. Alvarado is good. You can call me Chuck. Let's see. Got nothing else going on the reverse here, so we are pretty certain that the reverse on our coin number 1, our first example, is also basically going to be the same thing. So there's coin number 1 and coin number 5 now, both of them being nice RPMs. Here is a coin for Eric. Eric is next, and there's another one of the RPMs right there. I think this is the same RPM. No, it is not. This is a different RPM. So we have that one. Okay, this one's got a heavy die scratch just east of the 9 in the date. Just east of the 9 in the date. Also has slightly different doubling. Actually has tripling, it appears, on the lower serif. So definitely a different die. So we have a second different RPM that we're looking for now in this roll. Oh, where do I go? Here we go. I won't make anyone seasick trying to follow me. Hello, Malcolm. So that's for Eric, and Eric gets an RPM as well. So now we have 2 different RPMs we're seeking in this roll. Next up is Kelly Michaud. Kelly Michaud gets... Yeah, it appears that this one is going to turn out to be a normal coin. And still a nice BU 1949S Lincoln cent, though. Some pretty nice ones. And nothing on the reverse, so we will continue on. The die scratches are really cool to look at. Die scratches, die scrapes, especially large die gouges and stuff that are done at the mint, those are really cool. I like all that stuff. Cracks, chips, broken out pieces of the die. They're all really kind of cool to look at. We'll see here. Nothing on this one either, so we have another coin. Going to turn out to be another normal coin. I was talking to my mom on the phone earlier, and she's in Missouri. She lives in Missouri, and she said that they're getting heavy sleet there today. She said it was heavy enough that it was bouncing off the windows. I said, I'm sorry you're getting wintry weather like that. She says, oh, what's the weather like there? And I said, you don't want to know. She says, oh, it's warm, huh? I said, yeah, it's we turned on the air conditioner today. It was above 70 degrees outside. These are some massive heavy die scratches here. Really nice. But they don't signify anything special. They just happen to be there. And we have another normal 1949S Lincoln cent. Giving out the 44D over S as a door prize. Hey, let me think about that for a minute. No, I don't think so. It's one of those things where I have to pay for my career in monetary loss to the household income. That monetary loss has to be compensated for in some form or fashion. Just so happens I find valuable coins as part of that compensatory package that I give back to the household. It's a good thing that we have the household like we do, though, because we bought at just the perfect time. The market started skyrocketing around here just after we bought the house. Bought the house. A lot of you will remember we moved in August of 2020. And since then, the the Redfin estimated value of the house has gone up by $100,000. It's just nuts. Okay, that one looks like an RPM. It's not in the middle. That part in the middle is actually hit on the mint mark. I'm looking at the lower serif. There is a split in the lower serif. 5 hours of sleet and now freezing rain starting in northern Arkansas. Well, northern Arkansas is not very far away from where my mother lives. She's in Springfield, Missouri. So I can imagine the intense issues you folks are having to live with up there right now. Especially considering parts of northern Arkansas are pretty hilly. There's a lot of hills up there. A lot of hills and curves on the highways, so be really careful. Good old Highway 62 running through Eureka Springs. It's one of my old stomping grounds. I really enjoyed messing around up in that area. Yeah, it looks like we have another normal one here. Not another RPM yet. Okay, see those two die gouges on the L? They turn it this way, make them easier to see. There's two die gouges on the L of Liberty on this particular die. I've seen this die before in this roll. So it means we are looking at an original roll. We keep seeing the same dies over and over again. You know, just a short handful of dies we keep seeing over and over again. Wife and I got a cabin one time outside of Eureka Springs and spent our anniversary there. And we got all packed into the cabin because we knew we were going to get snowed in, and boy, did we ever. A little bit of snow falling when we got there. But after we got there, man, it really started coming down. Snowed all night. Ended up with about 8 or 10 inches on the ground the next morning. Okay, this is another one of our RPMs. We can remember this one because it actually has what looks like a dot between the 9 and the 4. Looks like the date is bisected by a dot. It's interesting. The date is linearly bisected by a dot. And there we have it. All right, that's that one. That's for DRS. That's going to be another RPM right there. The weather's nice. Well, I'm glad the weather's nice there. Where is there, Alvarado? I am in North Carolina. Not anywhere near Missouri where I was raised. I was actually raised in Tennessee, so Missouri just happens to be where all of my family is from, and basically most of them live. Texas, like a whole nother country. Texas is a big state. I've covered a large portion of Texas, and I can tell you there is a lot of difference in different parts of the state. But a lot of what I've seen is definitely Southern Plains. Boy, it is way open. It's like up in the Panhandle and up in Midland, Odessa area. That's a nice little RPM right there. I believe I'm seeing a north spread. Let's see what I'm looking at here. Be sure of it before I start barking it out. Let me exposure up on. Yeah, there's a split right along the northern tier, right up here. There's a split. There's also a split in the lower serif down here. But that split in the northern tier right up there shows you an S over S north. And it could be a north and rotated, which would give you the second serif like this. But that's a nice, but minor. I mean, it's nice, but it's minor RPM. Die gouge right there at the rim. That will give us a good marker to use for the next one of these we find. See what else we have here. If anything else. Yeah, we've actually got bugs starting to come out here. I mean, I think we got up to like 72, 73 degrees here today. I'm wearing shorts. I didn't even put the pants on today, just threw my shorts on. All right, here's Eric. Eric next gets... I'm too dark. I move up a little bit. Can't see any splits in anything if I'm going that dark. And I don't have any splits there, so really nice die scratches in around the date area that stop before you get to the upper head area. So this one is not the same die that I had initially thought it might be. But evidently it's not an RPM or a double die either. Here's number 17. 17 coming up here for Sureg. Let's see. Does Sureg get... Yeah, it could be a minor RPM. It looks like it might be. Yeah. You guys might sometimes see me take a bit of light like this and then move my finger over it. That just creates shadows so I can see. It kind of shades the coin from the light just a little bit so I can cast a different shadow. Sometimes that'll help me find my little area of doubling, if there are any. Next up, oh, nice RPM, nice one. That's the same as the coin I found for Eric earlier. This one's for Crispy Mofo. Is Crispy here tonight? Sometimes he comes in. But nice one here for Crispy. Man, I don't even know. Right now, I don't even know what that 44D over S is worth. I haven't really looked at them much lately as far as value is concerned. It's just one I'm going to probably figure to sit on for just a little while, figure out what's going on with it before I choose to do anything. That's those real heavy die scratches. These are die scratches so heavy you could call them die gouge. You can call them the gouges. Very deep scratches, lots of them. Yes, only use light from, preferably the way I like to do it is in front of the coin. And then you can tilt the coin ever so slightly if you need to toward the light. If you need to. There's one for Jim Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher. Looking at normal there. 44D over S is definitely the bomb when you get in die number 1. Die number 2 is okay also. They tend to be just a little more common though. I've seen a lot more of the number 2 than I have number 1. Especially when you can get a number 1 that's uncirculated. Number 1s that are uncirculated are really, really nice. This one happens to have a pretty large hit on the bottom of the 9, but that doesn't bother me. The mint mark itself is near perfect, so I'll get it out. I'll show it to you. I'm a proud new daddy. Here we go. Isn't that pretty? Got quite the hit on the bottom of the 9, but man, the coin is just smoking. That's a 44D over S Magnus, if I've ever seen one. That's a beauty. The coin's in pretty decent shape. Man, it's got near full detail. It's a nice Higher end AU, red brown. Beautimous coin. Especially when you find it in a pile of junk coins. It wasn't identified. It was just in there as another wheat penny, basically. I like it when those kind of wheat pennies just show up. Right? That's like really cool. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's in earlier die state. I don't think it is early die state. It's probably a mid die state, early to mid die state. But it's man, it's a sweet one. I'm just looking at the reverse of this one just to be looking at it. Once in a while, I like to flip a coin over just to be sure I'm still in line. Now for Sireg. Sireg comes up for the next coin, which is one of the RPMs. It's one of the RPMs that we got for Eric. This is Eric's RPM today. I think it's a little thin. It's a little over-polished, the die is. But you can see that on the lower serif right there. That little flag on the bottom of the serif. It's this little thing right here that I'm talking about. Oh, you think it's mint state, Dennis? Well, that would be really cool. That would be really nice. I would love to have a mint state 44D over S. It would take a little bit to talk me out of it, that's for sure. Let's see here. You told someone they could have mint state and brown, and they said no way. I want to buy all of their brown coins with full details. Please, thank you very much. I want to buy them for AU money. Please and thank you. You can't have a mint state coin in brown. Cannot believe I didn't already know that. All this new stuff I learn every day, right? Oh, you bought all of them? Well, I'd have done the same, so I say good on you. Oh, is he selling all of his brown uncirculated stuff at 50 cents a coin or less? I would take it for that. Excuse me, sir. You dropped $1,000 on the floor. Oh, just take it? Okay. That's a very nice RPM right there. Nice, nice. Keep running into this die over and over again now. That die that we were picking out when we first started, I haven't seen another one of those. I've seen other RPMs since then. Sometimes that happens because you're at the end of a bin. You're basically at the end of the line making coins, and I think this is an RPM as well. It looks like a split upper serif and a west curve, upper curve. So that one appears to be an RPM as well. 5 cents each for the wheats, all before 1950. Man, aren't you lucky? Lucky. Stephen A. Stephen, your coin is, it's unfortunately normal. It appears not an RPM. Yeah, I got some stuff today that'll be up for sale before too long. Some very, very sweet, nice coins. Kind of stuff you don't see every day. I'll just put it that way. I'll see if I can find one of these. Yeah, okay. How about this one? kind of stuff you don't find regularly. Here you go. How about that, boys and girls? 1932D. Nice gem-unk coin. Beautiful gem uncirculated coin. It's got some toning on it. It's just, oh my gosh, electric. You want to see the reverse? All right, here's the other side. Really nice. 2-hour drive to a coin shop for you. Where do you live? Out in the middle of the Panhandle or something? You live in Pampa? Somewhere out where there's nothing anywhere near you. Here we go. Coin number 29 now. Mike Leapline. And Mike. Yeah, I'm going to zoom back in so we can see what we're doing here. I always turn the focus knob the wrong way. And if I say, okay, well, I'm going to turn it the other way than what I think I should so it'll be right, and then I turn it backwards. So I am just resolved to the idea that I will never get it right. So you'll just have to be patient with me while I always get my focus backwards. Southeast Ohio, middle of nowhere. Wow. I think Daniel Malone has a shop somewhere not too far from you. It's not, I mean, it's not going to be close, but it's not going to be far either, I don't think. I don't know exactly where his shop is, but I know he's in like the southern half of Ohio somewhere. There's another one, same die. Same die. Nothing on it this time either. Oh, near the Villages. I've been to that coin shop. I've been there. I bought a couple of boxes of pennies from the guy one time. It's in a shopping center out on the highway. Been there. There's also another shop in the Villages. It's like in one of the shopping centers. There's 2 shops over there. Well, there was before COVID. I don't know about now, but the second place that I went to, not very helpful, didn't know much of anything about coins, and it was more of a jewelry shop than a coin shop. But the other place that I went to, out on the main highway, it was pretty nice. I've been to a number of different places for coins. Lots of different places. Hello. Is that... I don't have my glasses on. Is that R-A-I-Z-A-C, Ryzak, or is it R-A-L-Z-A-C? I can't see. Ralzak or Ryzak, the Discoverer? I'm going to go with Ralzak. Sounds like a more intimidating name, Ralzak. Is that right? Or is it R-A-I? I need to put my eyeballs on so I can read. It is an I. Ryzak. Did I pronounce that right? Ryzak? It's not some weird odd pronunciation that I wouldn't be able to get right if I tried. Right? 15cc Morgans. I think I know the guy you're talking about. Been to his shop. It's kind of a larger, relatively new shop at an angle in a shopping center in the Villages, or north of the Villages a little bit, in the direction of Ocala. Here's Penny Hoarder. Penny Hoarder comes up next. And it looks like we have another normal one. A couple of slightly banged up coins here, but they're all pretty much red. It is an original roll because I keep running over the same roll, same the same dies again and again. 95 rolls of Cirque wheats, huh? That'll be a good one. Are they are your rolls of Cirque wheats that you picked, are they solid date rolls or are they mixed rolls? And if they're mixed rolls, did you get into a batch that has earlier date stuff in it? Here's number 35. This one goes to Crispy. Nothing there. I'm interested in hearing Paul's story about these wheats that he ran into here. There's another one of the RPMs right there. I've been wondering when another RPM would show up, and I think this one is, yep, this one's the one with the damaged die. So that with Taco John, we go back to the first die that we were finding in this roll. Now here back to Yo Man. Yo Man. I think that's an RPM. Yeah, it's an RPM. It's a relatively small one, but it is an RPM. $9.18.21. Well, that was a relatively recent sale. That works. It was an XF, huh? This one's this one's an unkish coin. I'm thinking AU58 at the very least. Kind of considering it as more unkish. Okay, nothing there. The real heavy die gouge scratches. Let's see, what's next? Carl, I'm going to get this in. There we go. Oh, there's an RPM. Another RPM for you. You got a split in the upper serif and a split in the lower serif. I think this is a Eric die here. Is that the one with the... No, it's not the one with scratch on the 9. It's not the one with the damage on the N. So I think we've got 3 different RPMs that we're pulling out of this roll. Pretty nice ones. Here's coin number 40. Taco John again. And Taco John. Looks like he's got measles. Or something. Chicken pox. I ain't got nothing going on here. $2.50 a roll, huh? 30s and 40s and one AU 1909 VDB so far. Well, that's actually pretty good. Paying that kind of price, you're talking about what, paying for 3 rolls on an AU 09 VDB. That definitely works right there. Got nothing on this one either. This one's for Ant. Now we got Adam. Adam Chambers up next. And no RPM this time. Not an RPM. This is not the RPM you're looking for. Okay. Keep moving. It's coin number 43. Goes to DRS. And number 43 is... it's apparently another normal coin. So... we moving right along. Coin number 44 now. 44 goes to Jeff Dunn. Here's one for Jeff. It's a lot of die scratches on 1949S. I guess they had what they thought were issues with the dies. So they scratched the heck out of them. $2020 WDDR1 Salt River Bay quarter. Huh. Let's see. Don't think we have anything going on there. Definitely not, because we have the same two little gouges next to or through the L in Liberty that we've had with other examples of that die. Here's Yo Man. And Yo Man picks up, well, it's an RPM. There we go. That's got the die scratch next to the 9. We've seen the die before. And it's a pretty nice coin. There's a split lower serif there. You can see the secondary lower serif in, well, it should be in this position right here. There. You can see it right there. Split lower serif. That's for Yo Man. Now coin number 47 for Sureg. Another nice split lower serif RPM. Lots and lots of serifs. We got a lot of die scratches too. They're going to help us mark these so we know exactly which one goes with which die numbers. Should be a relatively simple job of putting these in stacks by die, then matching one coin to a listing. Match the one coin to a listing, you know all the other ones in that stack match the same listing. Another nice RPM there. And coin number 49 got 2 coins left in the roll, and this is the first of those 2 coins. This one's from Mr. McBride. And we have what appears to be a normal coin this time around. Yep. And the last coin in the roll goes to Eric. Coin number 50. And what does Eric get? Well, he gets an RPM. I think this is the same RPM we picked up for him early in this roll. I believe, yeah, we have a die chip inside the 4 of the date. I'm pretty sure there is a known RPM that has a die chip inside the 4 of the date, and this is probably that RPM. So there we go for that. So we got a whole caboodle here full of varieties in this roll. And then the non-varieties, we have, about double. So I'm talking roughly thirds between the splits, which means that about 1/3 of the roll turn out to be die varieties. That's what we've got this time around, boys and girls. I appreciate you guys coming and taking a look at what was going on. I appreciate you being here with me. I'm going to go ahead and schedule another reveal for this evening, I do believe. I'll go ahead and schedule it now. It'll be back up in, say probably 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll see you there. If you want to come watch that, it'll be, well, let's see, where are we now? Reveal number 367. It'll be reveal number 365, I believe. And 365 is where I need to be next. So I'll see you then.